Hey guys, welcome to Question Time with Tisha. So, the question for today is around job loss. We know that in the society that we're living in today, or in this time that we're living in, there's a lot of uncertainty around employment, and a lot of folks have been being laid off. A lot of change has happened, reorganizations, like a whole bunch of things have taken place since the beginning of this year. And the question was surrounding that dealing with anxiety that comes along with that, dealing with depression, and dealing with just some of the mental spaces that we can find ourselves in when we are experiencing a life-changing event, right? And so definitely losing employment, that opens up the door to so much uncertainty, which is going to open up the door to some worry, right? Because you're not quite sure. That changes the health insurance, right? That changes income, that changes position, especially if you have been in a position for a while and this has been your identity. Your identity is also tied to what it is that you do for a living. And so if there's just a lot of emotions that can come along with being let go. Um, in terms of how you manage through it, it's going to be one day at a time. Expect the feelings, right? You may experience rejection because, why did you pick me as opposed to my colleague? Or, why was my job expendable? And especially if you're tying a sense of value or worth to what you do, that may be very challenging for you, right? And so in that space, we want to give ourselves grace and compassion. We want to be very compassionate to ourselves. Oftentimes, we can offer compassion to other people. Think about it as if it was your friend. If your friend called you and told you that they were laid off, you would be like, "Oh man, that is so tough. Girl, I can't believe it." And what things would you say to your friend? Those are things that you want to say to yourself. Those are ways in which you want to love yourself and show up for yourself. Reminding yourself that this job is not tied to your value. This was not a personal choice that they made. This was economic, right? This was economic, and this was something that you had no control over. And not only are you dealing with this, but many thousands of other people are dealing with this as well. And this is a tough season. You may also find a support group with individuals who've been challenged in this area as well, who have faced these life-changing um, circumstances. And so definitely connecting with other people, finding community who are walking the same walk that you're walking, right? And so now having to get back into this job hunt, this space, right? Finding support groups and webinars and things that can be helpful in helping you build that resume, helping you build your plan. For some of you, it may be a time of rest, right? It may be a time of rest and resetting on, okay, this happened, it was unexpected, it was not a part of the plan. What opportunities can now be presented as a result of this? What shifts do I need to make? What changes may I need to make financially, in my spending, in my budget? What adjustments may I have to make? Like having those conversations. But I encourage you to try to partner up with someone who can help you walk through that, right? And support for family members who have a loved one that is experiencing that. Supporting them as best you can, encouraging them through this tough season, reminding them that that there is still hope, that there is still opportunity, and just that encouragement, I think, can go a long way. And as far as the individual handling anxiety, and there is going to be some level of anxiety, right? Because it is an unknown space, and anxiety really is worrying about the future, worrying about different scenarios. That is normal to experience that when you have had such a shift, an unexpected shift, right? That is tied to so many important areas of your life, right? I think what you want to make sure that you are cognizant of is that the anxiety doesn't overwhelm you to the point of paralysis or moving from a state of fear, of perpetual fear, always being afraid. And if you do find yourself in that space, then you want to be able to talk with someone to process through the emotions that you're feeling. And help you to help walk with you through that time, right? Um, and and then setting up a plan, deciding, okay, well, this is the situation. What are my next steps? And starting with the next step. What is the next step? What can I do? How can, what do I need to be working on? Everybody's maybe package is different. Some people may have gotten laid off. I know one individual a long time ago, they got laid off and they had a whole year of income coming in. So they had time. They had time to reset. They had time to relax. They had time to figure it out. They had time to decide, is this an opportunity for me to reinvent, or is this a space where I need to get, increase my skills? Should I be increasing my skills in this time? But then you may have an individual where you're not getting another paycheck. And so now it's a time of, okay, this sucks. Acknowledging that this sucks. Acknowledging that I did nothing wrong. I did nothing wrong, and this is a situation that I am in, and it doesn't feel great. What are my next steps? What are the things that I now need to do? What truths can I take with me in this space? I can acknowledge the fact and remind myself that it was not me, that it wasn't something I did. It is just a phase of life, and deciding and choosing, how am I now going to navigate this phase of life? What am I going to do? What do I need to do? What do I need to do for my well-being? Do I need to join a community? Do I need to call a friend? What is my support looking like? Do I need to tap into that? Do I have any other financial resources? What do I now need to do? And embracing community, looking for community. This is not something that you want to walk through alone. And if you feel like you're alone, there are several hotlines that you can call. There are, I encourage you to reach out and let others know. And yeah, and I encourage others, if you are one and you are looking for support, put it out there. I'm sure that there are other people who are in need of that as well. As a community, we can do so much more together. What is the African proverb? If you want to go fast, go by yourself. But if you want to go far, go with someone else, partner with someone else. And so this is a great time to connect and partner with other people who may be in this position, or people who have been in this position in the past, or someone who can help you navigate or transition into what your next looks like. So I just want to encourage you that this is a tough season. Tough seasons don't last always. It doesn't mean that it's not tough. It doesn't mean that it's not painful. It doesn't mean that that there is no hurt or negative feelings attached to it. But what it means is that as you continue to go through it, as you continue to press through it, whether you press through individually or you press through with a friend or with a support group or with a therapist, as you continue to press through it, you will begin to see some light at the end of the tunnel. Okay? All right, everybody, take care.